Good evening, fam. Twisted Beard, GoodMoFos R5, here with you this evening. Hope all of you are having a lovely day. It is a couple days away from the commencement of X25, just to give you some idea of the time frame that we're working with here. I have had an extremely busy spring and summer so far, busier than anticipated, so the videos are coming out a little slower than I would otherwise hope for, but do have a few moments tonight and thought I'd knock one out for everybody, and excited to do so, happy to be back. And as it is Tech Day, and there has been a new feature since my last tech video, I thought I would take some time tonight to do a video on Royal Tech and talk about all things Royal Tech, which I know is a topic that a lot of you are eager to know more about, understand a little better, have a firmer grasp of, and I thought we'd take some time here tonight and just go over the full spectrum of everything we can at this point for Royal Tech. So let's jump right in, and we'll try and take it from the top so much as we're able and break it down from there. So first off, if you go into your statistics and you click over to Lord Info and you scroll down a little bit, under Power, the very last category right now is Royal Tech Power. So you can see last week I just crossed 5 million with my Royal Tech, and that's where I'm at presently with it. So we'll see where we're at after we push it a little bit further here. So anyways, that's where you can check where you're at with Royal Tech, and it's a number. It's just a number, but it does give you some idea of your progress, and if you guys compare it, within your alliance, you'll be able to get an idea of kind of how you're coming along progress-wise versus your compatriots there. So that's where you can check your total Royal Tech power. Next thing is to look at the one Royal Tech building we have so far, which is the Royal Institute. As you can see, mine is at level 30. I would recommend that you guys bring yours to level 30 as soon as you can. That's a little slight caveat. Only do your upgrades for the Royal Institute on building day. It's going to help your cop game, and I've already got friends and alliance members that are stuck on building day with nothing left to upgrade. So don't upgrade your buildings outside of building day, and don't upgrade more buildings than you have to in order just to get your cop points to make sure that you can continue to get your 9 chests on building day going forward until they bring the buildings to L35. Bring in some new buildings, whatever, to make that more accessible for people consistently on building day. So take your Royal Institute to level 30, but don't be hasty. Do it on building day. Stop at your 9 chests on building day, but do prioritize getting your Royal Institute up to L30 as soon as you can. And the reason for that is, you can see once you get to level 30, you get plus 30% for Royal Tech research speed. I believe it's 1% with each level up. And you definitely want that 30% research speed increase. One thing you will find now, you'll find it soon if you haven't found it already, is that speed ups after the introduction of Royal Tech are now at a premium. You've got all your new SSS troops to upgrade, you've got all your new Royal Tech to upgrade, and there just doesn't seem to be enough speed ups to go around to handle everything as much as you might like without burning through a lot of gems. So, wherever you can save, wherever you can decrease your training time, wherever you can decrease your research time, that's going to help you push everything forward, as those speed ups are in demand right now for essentially everything. So anyways, get your Royal Institute up to L30 as quick as you can. Okay? So that's the next thing there. Now, most of you aren't going to have Da Vinci. I don't even have Da Vinci yet. I will get him at some point, I'm hoping. But if you do have Da Vinci, and when you do get Da Vinci, you get some nice reductions in research time, so that's going to shorten research time by 120 seconds. That's still just reducing gold. And then this one is going to increase your royal tech speed by 45%. That's huge. And then this last one's great too, in that it is going to give you between 100 and 1100 fearless medals, which are definitely something that we can't have enough of either, with a cooldown of 36 hours. So you'll be able to use that a couple times a week and hopefully pull a couple thousand fearless medals out of that. Though that said, that's probably going to take 4 or 5 copies to unlock that skill. So unless you're spending buco bucks, that's not coming anytime soon. But it is there, and it is part of the conversation. So Da Vinci as a hero is there for all your royal tech stuff as well. And grab him when you can. Hopefully you get lucky, with a random hero ticket pull if he's available there. Watch out for his fragments when they come up, and snag him when you can. And if you're ever able to get him cheap, like if he pops up for $24.99 or something, that's something to think about. So anyways, there's that. Next, I think let's talk a little bit about the ways to obtain fearless medals. And I was just doing a review of this before the video, and if I have forgotten something, please do let me know in the comments, and forgive me for overlooking that. But I didn't want to take any more time snooping around for ways to obtain fearless medals than I already had. So as far as I could tell, within the daily tasks, getting up to your 5th chest and any of the chests up to there's nothing for fearless medals there. They don't pop up in hourly challenge. They don't pop up in cop. So even when you get to that 9th chest, I don't think there's any fearless medals available from cop. So what that means is your regular weekly free-to-play options for obtaining fearless medals are rather scant. They're rather hard to come by. And the only guaranteed weekly, every week free-to-play option that I could find to obtain fearless medals is in the White Crow. And once you do a bit of research with your royal tech, you are going to get 6 of these glorious training quests per week. Each one of these chests is going to have 700 fearless medals inside of it. That is 4,200 fearless medals per week at minimum that you're working with as free to play. Okay? So worst case scenario, we should be getting the 4,200 per week fearless medals there, and we'll get into it in a little bit, but certainly a priority with your royal tech research is to make certain that you're doing what you need to do to unlock those 6 White Crow quests every week so that you can be taking advantage of those 4,200 fearless medals there. Now, the only other ways to get fearless medals that I could find are through your royal prestige. Now this is a spending event, but it is a relatively inexpensive package, and one that a lot of people do get. Now, if you get royal prestige each month, I would suggest that you immediately switch your combination over to the fearless medal combination and take fearless medals every day for royal prestige until further notice. That's going to give you 30,000 fearless medals per month. That goes a pretty long way, and that's a good chunk. So switch your royal prestige over to fearless medals ASAP. Immediately. Keep it there until further notice. Okay? Now, I think it's twice a month. I think it's every other week. I don't think it's weekly, and I don't think it's monthly. I think it's bi-weekly we get the scientific voyage. Okay? I have not purchased this package yet today. I'm not going to purchase this package in the video, but I always purchase this package. And if you want my opinion right now, if you were going to spend $24.99 a month or $24.99 every 2 weeks in the game right now, the very best place you can put that $24.99 on any kind of a recurring package or event is on Scientific Voyage. Okay, so if you are a spender at all, whether you're the lowest level spender or whether you're the highest level spender, Scientific Voyage is definitely something that you want to prioritize. If you get the $24.99 package, you're going to get $39,000 or 39,000 Fearless medals, from this event, okay? And that's huge, okay? So between your Royal Prestige now and between your Scientific Voyage, you're now looking at 108,000 Fearless medals, 108,000 Fearless medals per month from those two events for a total of $70. So if you got 70 a month, you got 108,000 Fearless medals right there. Now, I know not all of you do, and I'm sorry, and that sucks, and I should be a little more careful myself than I am sometimes with keeping my account up. But if you do spend it all, I think this is a great place to be allocating those funds. It tends to be that the newest thing that is introduced is usually where you can get the most bang for your buck, up until the point where they release something new, So Fearless medals is definitely a good place right now to be allocating whatever funds you do have, okay? So, enough on spending. The other way that you can obtain Fearless medals in a quasi-regular fashion is through the various events that the game throws at you, monthly, annually, randomly, whatever, one time. So right now we have the anniversary event going on, the Carnival. If you go into the Carnival, you go down to Carnival Exchange, there are Fearless medals available on the daily items right there, okay? Now, there's usually something going on where you can obtain some Fearless medals. I might be wrong, but I think you can buy them in Eden now with honor coins. Don't quote me on that, but so whether it's something bigger like Eden, whether it's something like the Carnival, I think maybe even in I don't know about the gardening event, but I'm a horrible gardener this time. Forgive me, I've just been way too busy. That's embarrassing to even show you, but it is what it is. Yeah, no, there's nothing in the gardening event for Fearless medals, but that is the type of event where you're gonna find Fearless medals. So whatever random event or events are going on, at any given time, there's a really good chance you're going to be able to get some Fearless medals out of those. So here, I don't know if these chests give Fearless medals. No, they don't. But again, you get the point. So some of these various events that are pretty much always going on a lot of the time are going to give you Fearless medals, and that's something you should be looking at, as a reward that you want to prioritize, above maybe, this, that, or the other thing that's helpful but less important. So Fearless medals, very important, and nab them when you can, because they're not available on the daily. They're not available on the regular. The only consistent access to them that any of us have is guaranteed consistent access we have to them without spending any money is those 4,200 a week that come from the 6 chests in the White Crow. Now, that said, you can also, I'm sorry I'm bouncing back to spending a little bit, but I did say I wanted to give you the full spectrum, full everything here. So I'm going to do that one last thing with spending. And you guys, you can buy them, on the daily packages and in some of the weekly specials and stuff like that too, though those deals are nowhere as good as the ones that I pointed out earlier. So I would encourage you to try and focus your spending on the Scientific Voyage and the Royal Prestige first and foremost as far as obtaining the Fearless medals. So, that is all the various ways right now that we can obtain, what the hell? Come on. That is all the various ways right now that we can obtain fearless metals, okay? So we've gone through that. Let's jump back into my town here. And I'm gonna kick on a cop booster just cause. And now let's jump into our Royal exclusive tech. Okay. So this is the main page of the Royal Tech, and you can see I'm on Vanguard's Arrival right now. I have got the Calamity Withstander one at 100%. I've got the Cavalry one at 71%. I've got the Archer one at 56%, and then I've got the final one at 100%. If we jump over to the other tab down at the bottom, Promotion Trial, the other book of tech or whatever we want to call it, you can see that there are 4 more here. This one is a little further down the line, so I'm a lot nowhere near as far along on this one as I was on the other one. But that is there. If we jump into the research profile, that is going to show us any techs where we have completed all 4 aspects or all aspects and gotten it up to 100%. Now that is if we click click the box down at the bottom where it says completed tech books are automatically stored. You know, we want to store them. And I think once you get them to 100%, you probably should store them just to make it a little easier on yourself when you want to get to the ones that you want to be working on. And any time that you want to dip back into them and look at them, you can just click on it. Now it's back out. Now I can click on it. Now I can go into any of these ones that I've already completed and see what's in there, okay? And when I want it to go away again, I'm just gonna go back into Research Profile, and Quick Store, now it's back in there, okay? If I wanna look at it again, click on it, it's back out, okay? So nice and simple, nice and easy to keep organized there. We can see the one that I'm studying right now. I am studying one right now in Vanguard's Arrival, one of the Archer techs. So we can see that's going. If we click on Attribute Overview towards the bottom right, we can see the sum total of all the benefits we're getting from all the Royal Tech we have done thus far. And, you know, if you guys want to make little videos of this and share it on your Vibers and your Discord and stuff with each other, just to kind of show each other where you're at, that's not a bad thing. It's a little bit more accurate way to see where you're at than just looking at the number itself, you know, your power number. So anyways, if you want to see your attributes from your Royal Tech, and there they are. There's mine, going a little fast right now, but anyway, there you go. Okay, so, and then up at the top, we can see my total Royal Tech power here too, which is 5 million and change, okay? I am studying this one right now. I already did my cop booster. Let's just finish this one real quick for the sake of it. That's now done. Pushed along my hourly challenge, pushed along my cop. I am going to do the next level of this one right now, and I'll tell you why here in just a moment, but let's get that going. Okay, so I'm gonna jump back now. All right. So, kind of like in my previous tech video, I'm not gonna say, do this first, do that first, do this, then do that, then do that, then do this in kind of chart form. I'm just gonna try and again explain the way to go, not only now, but months down the road when this video is a little older and they've introduced new books for you to research and all the rest. So first thing I would say is know the priority of your 7 combat attributes, and I'm not going to get into that right now, but I would encourage you to go back to our other video on tech broadly, just our tech video on our channel, and I discuss in depth the 7 combat attributes and how you prioritize those 7 combat attributes. And those 7 combat attributes are present consistently in all the tech and royal tech that you are researching, and you should know which ones are more important than other ones, as in tactical is more important than non-tactical, for example, okay? So that said, know how that works. Go back, check the other video, proceed accordingly within the various tech groups with that in mind when you get to the point where you're looking at your combat attributes and trying to beef up your combat stats. Now, that said, most of us are not at the point yet where we're trying to beef up our combat stats. If we are wise, we can always do that down the road, okay? Play the long game. Again, be a 2 marshmallow kid, not a 1 marshmallow kid. And what that means as it relates to royal tech is increasing that which is going to make you stronger over the long haul versus in the now. And what that means is you first and foremost, okay, so I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but to finish that thought, first and foremost, you want to be increasing the techs which decrease things like training time, decrease things like research time, which is going to allow you to have more speed ups, which is going to allow you, allow you to have more speed ups, which is going to allow you to push your tech overall faster, which is going to allow you to push your troop levels overall faster. Okay, so as you get into the early books within the royal tech, okay, I'm not going to go through it all in detail, okay, but some of these, you want to get this up to level 30, and that's going to help you. There's just some basic stuff here that allows you to make your royal tech happen faster and to unlock those 6 chests for the White Crow. And, so you have this supply of fearless metals now coming in, and that you are having a decreased time when doing your various techs. So, you're going to want to generally start at the beginning, but you're going to want to keep an eye on where you're going as well, too. And I can refer back to the older tech video where we talk about, looking forward to obscure benefits that you really want to achieve, and doing the techs necessary to get to those more difficult benefits that aren't just random, one of the 7 combat benefits, but something more special. So, look ahead, look into the tech trees, see what's special, see what you need to research in order to chase what's special, know the combat attribute priority, and just, walk that happy medium middle line. Okay, but what you're really trying to achieve here in the royal tech, get your royal tech research time down, get your triple S stuff unlocked. But really what you want is the training speed reductions, Eden healing speed reductions, and tech research reductions, okay? You want the things that are going to save you the speed ups, okay? That's what you're going for, right after completing your first basics here, okay? So right after you complete your first basics, go for the things that are going to decrease training time, decrease research time, decrease healing time, and then just start pumping your S troops, okay? The thing that royal tech does, whether you know it or not yet, is it makes it so that within 1 or 2, 3 seasons, you're going to see it, this X25, but you're really going to see it in X26, X27. T10 enhanced. S troops are going to become what T10 enhanced have been the last couple seasons, okay? People are going to be fighting in Eden with S troops, and then they're going to be falling back onto their T10 enhanced once their S are dead. because the healing time is going way down. The training time is going way down. So that means you're able to make way more S troops. You're able to heal your S troops way faster, which means you're going to be fighting with your S troops come Eden. Okay, so that's really, really, really what this Royal Tech is about at its core, is the introduction of S troops to Eden. So do chase those techs that reduce your training time. As you do that, you're going to increase the amount of S troops that you have, or that you're allowed to have, and various other things that by default are going to allow you to have that large army of S troops. Don't get hung up on the triple S troops yet. I would say at this point, again, just walking into X25, get to your triple S and then train enough so that you can have, you can fill up one legion one time for your first march in BOH is pretty much really all you're looking to really do at this point. But focus on those S troops. Really focus on your S troops. That's what Royal Tech is really all about, and is where it's taking the game. So I've been focusing on my Royal Tech. I've been focusing on my S troops at the same time. You can see I am approaching 5 million S troops for footman, cav, and archer. Okay. By the end of X26, X27, I'm going to be creeping on 10 million. I imagine, just speculating. And once you're at 10 million plus, you've got an army big enough to almost make it all the way through Eden with heavy fighting, so long as your healing time isn't crushing you, which it won't be with the Royal Tech research is getting done properly. So a moment ago, I said I'm going to start this one again, and I'll tell you why. The reason is because this one is one of those. I think my booster's still running. Let me just check over here real quick. Yeah, it is. So I'll jump back in, and I'll just finish this one. And this tech is one of those techs that in Reign of Chaos, all soldiers' healing speed increases by 1%. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this one right now. And there's a bunch that you can do that are going to do that. So I'll fill this one out next. Okay, the reason I haven't done this already is because we had a break between Eden, and I was focusing on doing all the techs that decrease training speed, and chasing all the techs which decrease training speed, because that I could use in the now. And I know that with the packages that I discussed earlier as far as obtaining fearless medals, that when the next Eden came and it was time for me to get ready for that I would easily have enough fearless medals to be able to fill out the remaining techs that all make you heal faster in Eden. So here's another one in Reign of Chaos all here. So, and we'll find that in you'll find that in several texts. So there it is. Okay, I guess I just have, see, I have it left here too for my cavalry as well. I maxed the first one already, but I still have 3 levels to go here, which I will finish today in preparation for Eden. Okay. So again, that's pretty much getting to the crux of Royal Tech right there. So at the beginning, do those basic ones in that first book. Make sure that you've unlocked your 6 chests for White Crow. Make sure that you've done what you need to do in order to take your Royal Institute up to level 30, et cetera, and then focus on the techs that decrease your training time, then focus on the techs that decrease your healing time, then focus, and along the way, focus on the techs that decrease your research time. It's all about those reductions, and in tandem with those reductions, you're pushing your S troops, you're pushing your S troops, you're pushing your S troops, you're pushing your S troops really hard, building that army for Eden. Okay? That's it. I mean, that's really it. Anything else to say about Royal Tech would basically be a fallback onto the other tech video that we've already made and which is there for you, and again, which I would encourage you to check out here on our GoodMoFos channel. So do watch the other tech video as well, and combined with this video on Royal Tech will give you a real firm grasp on the totality of tech and all things tech. So my friends, with that said, I'm going to get back to my evening. I might try and crank out another video or two here yet this evening while I have a little time. It's been a lot of fun making this one for you. I would really encourage you to focus very closely on your Royal Tech. I cannot stress enough how important this aspect is. Yeah, best of luck this X25. I'm looking forward to it. I've got a busy schedule this season, but it's not going to be nearly as wild as X24 was for me in the real world. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I wish all of you all the best in your X25, all the best in the real world. Appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Please do remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop some comments. That helps get the word out, helps other people find it. Most of all, please do share the video on your Discord, on your Viber, whatever, social platforms you're using for Rise of Empires. And again, this is Twisted Beard. It's been a pleasure. Love you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers, fam. Be well. Bye-bye.